There is some recent buzz in the motorsport world. The word on the track is that NASCAR Cup Series teams have made multiple offers to Shane van Gisbergen, an amazing driver from Australia. But hold on tight, because the major question is whether he will continue in Supercars or move on to whatever NASCAR team. We've got all the juicy details about his jaw-dropping NASCAR debut, what his present team thinks, and even a surprise from Jamie Whincup himself. So come join us on NASCAR Zone and watch the video all the way through. But before we dive into that, do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Shane van Gisbergen, a 34-year-old driver from New Zealand, did something during a NASCAR Cup Series race at the Chicago Street Course. Gisbergen, who was driving the number 91 car for Trackhouse Racing, made his NASCAR debut in this big race. And guess what? He managed to take that car all the way to victory lane. Can you believe it? It was one of those moments that nobody saw coming, and it totally shook up the racing world. In those closing laps, he pulled off some epic moves, passing both Justin Haley and Chase Elliott like it was a piece of cake. The NASCAR community was absolutely impressed, and some teams were so blown away by his performance that they immediately started sending him offers to join them full-time. Connor O'Brien from V8 Sleuth reported that Gisbergen already received multiple offers from other Cup Series organizations right after his amazing win at the Chicago Street Course. It's not really surprising, though, because he proved himself to be a force to be reckoned with on the track. Now, one of the teams eyeing him is Kaulig Racing. They happen to have an open seat because Justin Haley, their current driver, unexpectedly got announced as a full-time driver for Rick Ware Racing starting in 2024. So Kaulig Racing is on the hunt for a new driver to take that number 31 car, and Gisbergen seems like a fantastic choice. It sounds like Shane van Gisbergen's current preference is to stick with the Chevrolet camp. And if that's the case, Kaulig Racing would be a perfect fit for him. Just imagine him paired up with A.J. Allmendinger, one of NASCAR's most successful road course drivers, in the number 16 car. Of course, there might be other options out there, but Kaulig Racing could offer Gisbergen a real shot at making the NASCAR playoffs. And let's be honest, we can't imagine him leaving Supercars for a full-time NASCAR ride that isn't competitive. He's proven himself to be a top-notch driver, and he deserves a team that can really showcase his skills. Now we must admit, Kaulig Racing might not be as established as the other two NASCAR teams mentioned on the list. On the other hand, if Trackhouse Racing manages to secure a third charter, that would be a dream come true for Gisbergen. After all, he already achieved victory lane with their number 91 car at the Chicago Street Course, and he's scheduled to pilot that entry again at the Indianapolis Road Course. So it's safe to say he's already familiar with the team's setup and potential. The only hurdle here is the charter market, which can be pretty pricey. To bring Gisbergen on board full-time, Trackhouse Racing would need to purchase a charter that's currently valued at around $30 million. That's no small sum, and it would be a tough decision for the team. But if they believe in Gisbergen's talent and potential, it might just be worth it in the long run. Wow, it's clear that Shane van Gisbergen has really made a big impact on Trackhouse Racing. Winning in their equipment proves his worth, and it could pay off for the team in the long run. Sure, the initial investment might be steep, but with more success, it could be totally worth it. People are going to debate whether Trackhouse Racing should expand to 3 teams in the future, so why not seize the opportunity now? Adding Gisbergen to the lineup alongside Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez would create one of the most exciting and popular driver lineups in NASCAR. Fans would go crazy for that. But hold on to your seats, because there's an even more out-of-the-box idea. What if Gisbergen made a shocking move to Stewart-Haas Racing? That's right, the number 10 car might be open soon, as Aric Almirola is expected to announce his retirement and step away from NASCAR full-time. Stewart-Haas Racing does have some financial challenges, with the number 4 car still seeking sponsorship after Busch Light left for Chastain's ride at Trackhouse Racing. Plus, if Almirola steps away, there's the question of whether Smithfield Foods would stick around as the sponsor. But here's the thing, Gisbergen could be the perfect fit for the number 10 car. Stewart-Haas Racing seems to be putting talent first, as evidenced by their choice of Josh Berry and Ryan Preece. And there's no denying that Gisbergen is one of the most talented drivers out there. It would be a massive move for both the team and Ford to snatch him away from Chevrolet. Absolutely, there's no doubt that offers are pouring in for Shane van Gisbergen, and rightfully so. His performance at the Chicago Street Course was nothing short of historic, and it clearly showcased his immense talent and competitive spirit. If NASCAR teams are on the lookout for top-notch talent, Gisbergen is undoubtedly the answer. What do you think about which team Shane looks forward to? Let us know in the comments section below. And be sure to hit the bell button and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. That victory was a game changer for him, proving that he's more than capable of competing in the NASCAR Cup Series. It's not every day the driver makes such a memorable debut and takes the checkered flag in one of the biggest races around. Gisbergen's skills behind the wheel are undeniable, and he's proven himself on the track. It seems that the future of Shane van Gisbergen in Supercars is currently a hot topic in the paddock. As of now, no decision has been made about van Gisbergen's future, and he remains committed to his current team, Triple Eight, having signed a new deal that ties him to the team until 2024, with an option for 2025. Triple Eight boss Jamie Whincup has stated that he won't stand in van Gisbergen's way if he decides to pursue a NASCAR deal.
For sure, yeah, he's only contractually bound to us for next year. But me sitting here right now, of course, I'm trying to run the business as well as I possibly can. I need the best drivers. But if any driver, engineer, employee come to me and said, hey, I want to, my dream is to go to the other side of the world and do something else, then I'm not going to stand in their way.
At the moment, there isn't much for Whincup to do until van Gisbergen expresses a clear desire to move to the US for NASCAR. Whincup is waiting for van Gisbergen to make that call, and if he decides to go, then the team will begin the process of finding a suitable replacement driver. Van Gisbergen has another chance to race in NASCAR with Trackhouse Racing's Project 91 at Indianapolis next month. It's an exciting opportunity for him to further showcase his skills in the American Racing Series and share the grid with fellow Supercars competitor Brody Kostecki. It's clear that Jamie Whincup, the boss of Triple Eight, would prefer to have a decision regarding Shane van Gisbergen's future before the upcoming Indy race. Having a clear picture of the team's 2024 lineup is essential for planning, but there's no specific deadline in place. Interestingly, Whincup didn't rule out a potential comeback of his own if van Gisbergen were to leave. He jokingly mentioned the example of Fernando Alonso in Formula One, suggesting that never saying never is a wise approach in motorsport. However, he did admit that he is looking around at other options, indicating that he might explore different paths depending on how things unfold. It's worth noting that even though Whincup had drivers contracted for 2024, there could still be a curveball that changes the situation. The racing world is unpredictable, and circumstances can change quickly. For now, all focus is on the upcoming Boer Pairs Sydney Super Night, where both van Gisbergen and Brody Kostecki will be competing. The team will undoubtedly be giving their best, and fans will be watching closely to see how things develop in the future. It's an exciting time for Gisbergen, and we can't wait to see which team he decides to join. Whichever team gets him will undoubtedly be getting a top-tier driver with the potential to make a significant impact on the sport. The future looks bright for this talented racer. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to see more of our videos on NASCAR updates. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.